Hi, and welcome to this episode. I'm so glad you're here. I really appreciate you for watching if you're on watching on YouTube or listening. And I'm really excited for this episode because I want to share a very special offer with you. My colleague and friend Patty Bell Hastings and I are offering an incredibly comprehensive course on money and wealth. It's called Next Worth, and it incorporates rituals, practices, magical aspects of embodying wealth, as well as super practical strategies to feeling safer and more confident receiving, holding, and managing your finances. And you're probably already familiar with my somatic and trauma-informed approaches, but what you don't know is that Patty Bell is both a hypnotherapist, is incredibly magical. I mean, she's studied with like she's gone into she's deep magic, folks. And she's also a course designer. So we're putting all of that together. Imagine all of that in one bundle to deliver a highly organized and guided 7-week experience with short instructional videos, tons of beautifully designed worksheets and live calls to process the material through the body, right? To really integrate the material. And, Patty Bill's been putting me to shame. I've learned so much about course design since working on this project with her. Yeah, so it's going to be really good. So some of the topics we dive into are related to ancestral epigenetic inheritance, money and attachment, obviously, family stories, money identity, both on a micro and individualistic level, but also on a macro, like identity, self in society kind of level. And if money mindset has fallen short of your needs, your expectations, if you're wanting to get into cellular level change through hypnotic, somatic, and magical practices, but also balance it out with practical steps to build your tangible prosperity, you're going to want to take advantage of this unique group experience. It's really like so potent. Like we're even just planning it has been alchemizing for me. So I've included the link to the information page in the show notes. And of course, you can reach out to me directly if you have other questions about the experience. And on this episode, I'm going to give you a little taste of one of the short practices we're going to be offering, which is creating a mind map for wealth. So, creating a mind map for wealth can be a powerful exercise to visualize your financial goals. It's basically like a vision board, but like a really hyper practical vision board. So it's a exercise to visualize your financial goals, your strategies, and the steps you need to take to achieve wealth. And I mean all aspects of wealth, right? Well-rounded, holistic wealth. That is, that means embodying a consistent sense of prosperity, like an internal sense of fullness and sufficiency, regardless of, money things happening in your life. It really is about this steadiness and sense of worth, right? That's why we called it next worth, because it is next level worthiness, the embodiment of worthiness. And I also, of course, mean that in a very practical and tangible way. Yes, it is possible that, moving through this course, you will make more money. By doing a mind map for wealth, you can make more money. You might find ways to keep more of the money that you make for sure. And, you may invest your money, but also it may increase your capacity to take risks when you do the investing, right? So here's a step-by-step guide to create a comprehensive mind map for wealth. So you start with a central idea, right? Maybe the central idea is wealth, right? It is just sort of this um, general idea. And you want to place this idea or this intention in the center of your page, or if you're doing it, a digital canvas, however you want to do it. And this represents the core of what you're exploring and working on. So the second step is coming up with major categories, identifying major categories. So I have a couple here. So maybe one of them is financial goals, saving, investing. So I like to do goal-based savings. Some of the goals and dreams we have require money, some don't. And it can be really helpful to back up some of those goals with actual numbers. And I've postulated that when we have goals backed up with actual numbers, they will be, they manifest faster. They are sort of more, they just become easier to achieve just because we like, there's a certainty that is shaped around them. So we know how much they cost. We need to know, you need to know how much it will take on a monthly basis to achieve those particular goals, right? And it'll help you create a savings plan. You might need to, maybe you have financial goals that are related to investing, right? Maybe it is, um, investing in crypto, or maybe it is investing in a particular vehicle that you've been interested in, or maybe it is um, creating a 401, not a 401k, a Roth IRA for yourself, knowing that it's tax advantage. You want to diversify your portfolio, that kind of thing, right? So the first is financial goals. Maybe another category is income streams. So that means, primary job, it's side hustle, investments, things like that. So please do give yourself the gift of multiple income streams. I can't emphasize how important important it is to have like, money coming in from different directions. Like it's like getting loved on in all these different ways. It is such a beautiful experience just to kind of like, it's a receiving practice really, to like have money coming in from different sources. And it's like, it's really about like loving yourself more fully. Really like polyamory, as I've said before. And yeah, and so you want to be looking at where you can increase those income streams without also increasing your time investment. And that can be through network marketing, that could be, like I said earlier, investments. Um, and so another category would be wealth embodiment. So that is beliefs about money, that is your emotional relationship with money, that is your spiritual practices. And this is where we get into like the deep inner work of aligning your behavior with your spiritual values of generosity, leaning into trust that you are supported, especially in moments where the fear of not having enough, or the that fear of the money running out overtakes you, right? We all have moments of that where we like go into the panic mode, and you feel like the rug's going to get pulled up from underneath you, or you feel like you're in a free fall, right? Then there's financial literacy. That's, learning about budgeting, learning about investing, taxes. The financial literacy piece is something that is much less complicated than it's been made out to be, right? Unfortunately, there have been many white men complicating or overcomplicating the matter. And of course, there's so much to know, like so many specifics about, to know about, investments and specific indexes and the money system. And at the same time, there are some very basic rules of the current money system that are not hard to understand, and that by understanding them, you have the potential of exponentially growing your assets. You also have the understanding for how to take it down if that's what you want to do, right? Another category is wealth preservation, which is insurance, estate planning, things like that. This is another area that people have so many misconceptions about. They ignore it, but wealthy people, this is where wealthy people focus their energy. Listen up. People are really on top of this stuff and are there for saving money like crazy. Legacy estate planning, for example, avoiding taxation on assets when they are transferred, investing in tax advantage vehicles for retirement growth, creating $1 million baby plans for their children, and then placing that into a legacy trust, right? All of that. Like when you don't do those things, you are exposing yourself to major money sucks, major money, uh yeah, like you're just throwing money at the government basically. So don't assume that you just have to pay taxes on your income and your assets. You don't have to. There are plenty of ways to keep more of the money you make by placing it or moving it through tax advantage vehicles and channels. Another category under the major categories is personal growth. That can be education, skills development. And on the personal growth side of things, this is where you are developing a muscle for certain activities. Maybe it is about plugging money leaks. Maybe that activity is increasing your comfort with crypto investments. Maybe it's investing time into reading books that will help increase your knowledge of particular topics or investment types. For you, that may be listening to an audiobook or a podcast about finances. And even just 20 minutes a day matters. Sometimes we need to hear things various times for them to sink in and integrate. So the third step, like we're moving out of the categories, like first you created the theme, then you created the categories, and now you're expanding them with subcategories. So for each of the major categories that I just named, you're going to want to create smaller branches to explore subcategories or specific actions. So for example, under multiple income streams or income streams, you might add branches for real estate investing, stock market investing, network marketing, like I said. Under financial goals, you could specify travel fund, education fund, emergency fund, retirement savings, right? Things like that. And then the fourth step is to create the action steps. You want to move from theory to behavior change. So the action steps are really important. That can't be missed. So under each subcategory, you want to list specific action steps. You want to list resources or ideas that are going to help you progress in that area. So for example, under stock market investing, you might add learn about index funds, set up an appointment with a financial planner, or contribute monthly to my retirement fund. So that's just an idea for some of the behavior. And if you want to get really specific with it, you can put specific dates. You can put phone numbers to reach out to specific people. Like you can break it down in as small steps as your neurodiverse brain needs. So it can be really, really simplified. And then the final step is totally optional, but really, really helpful. It is using colors and images. You want to bring your mind map to life, right? If finances feel dry to you, you want to moisten it with colors and excitement. Maybe next to some of your financial goals, maybe you put images of some of the actual goals that you want to achieve. Maybe you want to live 1 month out of the year in a different place. Maybe you have a picture of the globe or a particular country you've been wanting to visit or a specific experience you've been wanting to have, right? So it really enlivens it, and that's part of the integration process. It just makes it more attractive and it makes you want to engage it more. So this can also help you quickly identify different areas of your plan. You may want to color code it and get really organized that way. Yeah, so this whole mind map, it really isn't just, I don't like the word mind map because it's really limited, but it helps get sort of like a desire. It's basically a desire map, and it gets it out there in a powerful, visually compelling, and also very organized kind of way, and very holistic. I would love for you to create a mind or desire map for wealth, post it on social media, tag me, share how it was for you, what kind of aha moments you have. I would love to hear what shifted for you.